Welcome to the 196th District Court. Court is in session. This is cause number 2019 CR 13508, State of Texas versus Clancy Reagan. We're here today for a plea. We're conducting this hearing via video conference using the Zoom application. We also have YouTube live streaming it to keep the hearing public. Time now is 12:19 p.m. on, I was going to say August. It's actually still July 28th of 2021. These proceedings are official. They're on the record and they're being recorded by the official court reporter. Counsel and all present are instructed to act as though you are in court, and all are instructed not to record the proceedings. And if I could have the attorneys make appearances, starting with the state of Texas, please.
Lindsay Shaw for the state.
Ed Piker for Mr. Reagan.
Sir, are you the same Clancy Reagan charged by indictment with possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1 from 1 to 4 grams? Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
And we use a function of Zoom called share screen. I'm going to show you the indictment. Are you familiar with this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Piker, did we waive reading of the indictment?
We do.
We're going to get out of share screen. I will note that there is a discovery acknowledgement. It's been signed and dated by both sides. I'm doing the same, and I make it a part of the record. Also noting that there is an application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. I'll make that a part of the record as well. Sir, we're going to go back into share screen. I'm going to show you another document. It's called the defendant's consent to plea by video conference. Scrolling down to electronic signature that I'm using my cursor to circle around. Is this your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're telling me two things. One, you understand normally we do pleas live in an open court, but you are consenting to do this plea by video conference. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
Secondly, your electronic signature on this document, as well as all the other electronic signatures of yours in the plea packet in front of me today, you're telling me that those are valid as if you personally signed them. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
I approve the consent. I make it a part of the record. We're still in share screen, but I've switched over to another document called the court's admonishments. I'll scroll through because it's several pages and ask, are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
The bottom of page 3 is electronic signature. Is this yours?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get out of share screen. By signing the court's admonishments, you are telling me that you understand the court's admonishments and that you understand the rights that are contained within it. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And that you want to give up those rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And the rights you're giving up is the right to a trial by jury. You have a right to confront the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent, which includes the right not to incriminate yourself and not plead today. Did you understand that when you signed this?
Yes, sir.
By signing this, you're also telling me you understand the consequences of a plea and the sentencing range for the offense, which is anywhere from 2 to 10 years. Let me see, actually. Check that real quick. Yes, 2 to 10 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand that before you signed this?
Yes, sir.
You've applied for deferred adjudication, sir, and there are risks and benefits associated with that. The benefits are, as if it's granted, then you will not be found guilty of the offense, and instead you'll be placed on community supervision, which if you're successful with that, the case is dismissed. But the risks are, if you're not successful, you could be revoked. If you are revoked, then you would be found guilty of the offense on that day, and you're subject to the full sentencing range I just announced. Did you understand that before you applied for deferred adjudication?
Yes, sir.
And do you still wish to apply?
Yes, sir.
I approve the waivers that are contained within the court's admonishments. I make them a part of the record. So we're going to go back to share screen. I'm going to show you the plea bargain in this case. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes, sir.
Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
There's an electronic signature to the left. I'm using my cursor to circle around. There's another one to the right. I'm using my cursor to circle around. Are these your two signatures?
Yes, sir.
This document details for me your agreement with the state as far as punishment is concerned, and I will let you know if I'm going to follow this prior to the entry of your plea. It'll be a $1,500 fine. State is recommending deferred adjudication, taken in consideration for dismissals and misdemeanor cause. You also forfeit a Colt 45 that was part of the arrest and turn it over to Sally Walsh, or will be turned over to her. Your signature here over to the left waives your appeal outside of the agreement, but the recommendations are you be placed on deferred adjudication for 2 years, have a drug and alcohol treatment evaluation, and perform 120 community service hours. Is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to get out of share screen. Mr. Reagan, I'm not bound by a plea bargain. I do not have to follow this. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If I do follow a plea bargain, then you lose your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that's true unless I grant you permission to appeal or unless certain motions are filed and ruled upon. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, any such rulings in this case?
There are not.
If I do not follow the plea bargain, I will allow you to withdraw the plea and will proceed to trial as if this hearing never occurred. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'll note again, one of your signatures on the plea bargain waives your appeal. Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
If not, then a plea of guilty or no contest to the offense would have serious adverse effects on your immigration status. And I'll note that you certified on the court's admonishments that you are an American citizen. Counsel, do you believe that your client has a factual or rational understanding of the charge pending against him?
Yes, I do.
You believe he's been able to assist you in the defense?
I do.
You believe he's mentally competent to waive rights in your plea here today?
I believe he is.
Sir, to the offense that's listed on your indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yeah, no contest.
You understand that you can still be found guilty under a no contest plea?
Yes, sir.
Other than the plea bargain, did anyone promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No, sir.
No one force you or coerce you to plead today?
No, sir.
If you're going over this case with your attorney, do you believe that pleading here today is in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Does the state have anything to offer to support the plea?
State offers State's Exhibit 1.
We did review him and no objection.
It is admitted. I reviewed State's Exhibit 1 prior to getting on the record and find that it is sufficient to support the plea. Sir, I find that your plea was freely, intelligently, and voluntarily made, that there was sufficient evidence to support the plea, that you are mentally competent to enter into such a plea. Mr. Piker, do we waive the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes, we do, Judge.
Any legal reason as to why your client cannot be sentenced today?
There is not.
Being no legal reason, in accordance with the agreement of the state, sir, I'm going to defer any finding of guilt at this time and place you on community supervision for a period of 2 years. There's a $1,500 fine. Taken in consideration is another offense. I'm going to read you the cause number for that. I'll tell you the name of the offense. If you plead true to it, then I dismiss that case. Do you understand how we're going to proceed, sir?
Yes, sir.
County cause number 612034, unauthorized carry of a weapon. How do you plead, true or not true?
True.
That was dismissed. You'll have a TAP evaluation. You must follow the recommendations. You'll have 120 community service hours. I'll also give you 30 days to verify employment, and then you will forfeit any rights that you have in regards to the Colt 45 that was found in the vehicle on the day of your arrest. Now, sir, we're about ready to conclude the hearing. When we do, you need to stay on Zoom. You're going to meet with our court liaison officer who's going to go over your new conditions of community supervision. Is there anything else from either, or rather before I do that? Sir, this is a plea bargain case. I follow the plea bargain, so you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You do not have the right to appeal. I'm also noting you waived your appeal in the plea bargain agreement. I'm making a certification of this for the record. I'll provide a copy of the certification to your attorney to provide to you. Is there anything else from either side in regards to the plea or to the sentencing?
Yes, Judge, with regard
sorry.
to Colt 45, the rest of it was that he forfeits it, but it's to be returned to Sally Walsh.
Yes, yes. In a sense, I told him any rights that he has to that, he's forfeiting those rights.
Right.
Okay.
And then secondly, just so we know, on the 30 days for employment, he is in the process of starting his own business. So I'm bringing it to your attention now that that may not be an up and going business within 30 days because there are loans pending that he may or may not qualify for, but I'm hopeful that he will be able to at least keep probation apprised of what he is doing toward that goal.
All right, that's really what happened. Probation. informed of what he's doing. All right. There's nothing else from either side.